Well, hello there, and welcome to our Living a Life Decided podcast. I'm so excited that you are tuning in. My name is Kim Martin. I'm the host of your podcast today. I'm the founder of I've Decided, which is a personal development organization helping you to achieve your goals and dreams, whatever they are. It can be anything. And my goal of this podcast is to share success stories. People who have joined our community, just like you, people just like you, everyday, ordinary people who feel called by the Lord to do more or, start something or kick a bad habit or just achieve whatever type of goal it is. And I am excited to talk to Mr. Jerry Harkness today and have him here to share some of his success story with you. And so welcome, Jerry.
Hi, Kim. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm so excited to
Good.
have you.
A little nervous. Never done this before. I'll just be me.
Oh, just be you. There's a first time for everything. You know what? I'm just being me too. So we're all just kind of here learning and growing and developing our skills as we go. So that's what it's all about. And we met a few maybe going on 3 years ago
I'd
now.
say about that meeting in February.
Yeah, so that would have been 2 years.
2 years ago.
A little over 2 years ago.
Yep.
And you came to one of our I've Decided meetings and you started sharing with me some of the goals that you had for yourself. Actually, that was the conference, right? You came to our annual conference.
Right.
And after that, you started sharing with me some goals that you were wanting to accomplish. And then you literally stuck the stake in the ground.
Yes, I did.
We talk about that all the time at I've Decided because that's what it's about. I say this all the time, we can want things till the cows come home, right? We can want and we can dream and we can desire to do certain things, but until we have that mind shift, until we move to wanting, to deciding, until we firmly make that decision that we're going to do it, it's going to be virtually impossible. So share, I know there's a story where you actually literally stuck the stake in the ground. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about you, where you are at, what were your goals, a little of your journey so far?
Well, I'm a retiree from Caterpillar, and I was working at the time I became involved with I've Decided. I was working at a retirement village doing grounds maintenance. And it was a very physical job, and I knew I couldn't do it forever. And the first time I met Kim and was in this room, I saw the pictures and things. I felt like I was home.
Aww.
Because I've always been goal oriented, but I never really had the accountability to anybody. I never really had the support system that I needed. And I didn't know I needed it at the time. So I got involved, and Kim talked about, I knew right away that I wanted to become involved with I've Decided because the group of people I was around, they had no interest in my success, no monetary interest in it. They just were rooting for me to be successful. And that's a good feeling to have cheerleaders like that around you. So I became involved. And Kim always talks about, if you're going to commit, you have to stick the stake in the ground. Well, I knew she meant that wasn't actual, but I did. I made a sign and put it outside my window, put it in the ground, retirement, and the date I wanted to retire by.
At the end of the year that year.
At the end of the year.
That was what, 2023?
Yes.
The end of 2023?
I wanted to retire.
Yeah.
And I missed it by about a week.
That's pretty good.
But I retired, and this gave me the motivation to go ahead and take the plunge and do it. I have never not worked. So I took the plunge and did that. And something else I had in the back of my mind, my lovely wife had come up with a concept many years ago about she wanted to help people because she's basically a giver. She she's a service provider. Basically,
Yes.
she helps people, and she always thought, I open business. I always want to help people. Well, we decided that we need a name for what I'm going to do. We decided to call it Happy to Help.
Isn't that
Short and
great?
simple,
I love it.
because that's what we
Just
do.
like your shirt says,
Just like
happy
the
to
shirt says.
help.
The only advertising I do.
It's like I've decided. How many times do people say, I've decided to do that? And they don't even realize that's them sticking the stake. They're mentally sticking the stake in the ground. And whenever somebody asks for help and you say, oh, I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
And so it's just got such a great
And
ring
it's
to it.
more
It's so
than-
sweet too. It's like, I'm happy to help.
It's not just a business. It's not just a saying. It's a life philosophy. That's what you do. You're happy to help people. And whenever a person is down, something I found through my career at Caterpillar, if you're ever down, because I worked in the office, the best way to bring yourself up is by helping other people, bringing them up, and that raises you too. And that's what became something that I got used to doing, and that's something that the money I make a little bit of money. I'm never going to get rich, and that's okay. But what really enriches me the most is the feeling I get for doing that. I help folks do things that they need to do. They don't have transportation. Sometimes they're in retirement village. A lot of my clients are retirees from independent living places, and they don't have a way to get to the drugstore, or to the grocery store, to the doctor's office, to go to Target or Walmart. So I'll take them, and they are so funny. I have had so many funny things about how these little old ladies, they just want a little bit of respect. Somebody to not treat them like a number. And I can identify with that because I am one.
Well, you're not a little old lady, but
well, no.
But what you mean is, in age, you're the same age group as them. Yeah, that's hilarious.
So we go ahead, and that's what I do. And my wife is involved now. She works as an instructor at Curves, and she loves it. And she's very good at what she does. But every once in a while, she'll chip in and help me if I have two things going on at the same time.
Yeah. So the first thing you did was stuck the stake in the ground because you couldn't start your business without retiring.
Right.
You had to retire, but you had some health issues that you needed. Doing that hard labor just wasn't.
Well, I had some serious surgery, and after the surgery, the doctor said, "What do you do for a living?" And I told him. He said, "Not anymore."
Yes.
So I thought, and I had planned on retiring then anyway.
This was your second retirement, by the way, right? Because you had already retired from Caterpillar.
Third retirement.
Oh, third retirement.
I worked at Lowe's for 13 years also. So
that's amazing.
I went ahead, so I did that, and then it's given me the encouragement to do other things I've always had in the back of my mind. Like right now, I'm in the process of writing down different stories about my life, and Kim just mentioned this morning that if you thought of a title, and she kind of said something just pops in her mind. Says there was a moral to every story.
You said it.
Well, yeah.
You actually said, I want to write these stories because there's a lesson. And then you said,
and what I learned from it.
You said, I always learn something. And you said, there's a moral to every story. And then I caught that. That's a great title.
Because there is. You can learn from life experiences. You can learn that's how to do it, or that's how I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
You can learn from everything. But the thing is, it's a choice. That's what life is a choice. And being part of I've decided it helps you see that choice and helps you make that choice. And you have the positive environment around you that helps you just get over that hump, that little bit of a hump. And that's what it's done for me. And and I'm not being paid for this commercial. It's okay.
I'm like, I'll pay you later. No, we're really, the idea though is just to help the listeners see that, we everyday ordinary people have goals. We have things that we want to accomplish. We have a few people in our community whose goal was or was to retire. They've done it. We have people whose goal is to open their own business. They've done it. You've done that. That was one of your goals you had several. You had a goal to retire. You had a goal to open Happy to Help, your business, which, again, just clarifying what that is, because if anybody's listening, we got to make sure you know what that is, because it's a great service.
It's a personal services business.
Yeah.
Somebody needs a ride here. I've done a lot of different things. One couple that's a younger couple, much younger than me, but he's deathly allergic to poison ivy, and they had a little hillside behind their house that they need to get cleared out, a lot of brush and things. And so, I can do that. So I cleared that out for them, and I got poison ivy, but I got over it.
You're not deathly allergic, just a little allergic.
Just a little allergic. So I did that. A lady, I would take her cat to the vet for her because that's her family. Yeah, a little bit of everything. I've got one lady right now that I take to and from dialysis twice a week.
You're cooking 2 hours for somebody?
I'm going to be cooking 2 hours a week for somebody. Their meals, they've had a stroke, and it's their meals they'll be labeled and stuff in the freezer and in the refrigerator for them. There are other caregivers to just take it and stick it in the microwave and heat it up for them. So I'll be doing that. I'm taking a lady down to Bloomington in the next 2 or 3 weeks for her cataract surgery, because her closest relative is her daughter up in Chicago, and she can't get down all the time to do it. So I'm doing that for her. So it's and we have some very interesting conversations.
I bet. Being a fly on the wall. But it's just, I love what you said. It's just a personal services business. Yeah. That's a great description. Whatever it is that somebody might need to help them out, you're happy to help. That's the name of the business. And we'll put Jerry's name and number so you can see that.
And if I can do it, I will. If I can't, I'll try to find somebody that can help you. Refer you to somebody.
Absolutely. So that's what it's all about. And even getting a good referral from somebody you can trust is worth itself in gold. I mean, it's hard enough to trust anybody anymore these days. So,
and people our age,
they can get taken advantage of so quickly.
And we don't trust an Uber.
Right. Well, you didn't grow up in the Uber world, so I get it.
Taxi cabs are so expensive and stuff.
And they're very limited too, taxi cabs.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's a very fulfilling thing to do. I don't know if I'll do it all my life, because I want other things I want to do too. But for what I'm doing right now, it's something that
it adds a little income, and it gives you a way to work for yourself where you can still earn a little money to save up to do the things that you and Jeannine want to do. And you weren't ready to, cash in. You weren't ready to not earn any money. You still wanted to earn a little more money. And this is a way you can do it on your kind of, you are working on their schedule too, but you can still make your schedule as well. If you and Jeannine want to go out of town, go visit a family, one of your children, or go to your favorite beach place, you can block that off and you can go.
She knows where the favorite beach place
I do. Yes.
Love that white sand.
Oh, yes. We have that in common, Jerry. We love that white sand. Yeah. So, it's been a very short, think about this, from the time you literally stuck the stake in the ground right outside of your window.
And I have pictures of it.
That said you wanted to retire, so that you could open your own business. And then you your next goal was to write a book, which I've already read a few of the pages, so you're doing that now.
I'm working on it. I'll get there.
Yeah.
It was so funny. My first thought years ago was I need to write a journal so my kids go up, because I had 3 children that we raised. My wife has 2 children that she was raising on her own. We adopted one little girl, and then we raised 13 other foster kids, mostly teenage girls. And then I thought, well, you know what? All my brothers and sisters are gone. My parents are gone. My aunts and uncles are all gone. I can tell my story any way I want to. There's nobody there to dispute it. But I thought,
That's a perfect time to write a book.
that way my grandkids can make it. Boy, Grandpa was sure a real dork. I'm telling you.
No.
But things I've learned through life that I just want to kind of pass down to them, little words of wisdom, if it can help them or encourage them or something.
Well,
Part of my
share too.
job
I
as a
mean, we're
grandpa.
not going to give the whole book away, but I got to read the little story about you climbing the tree when you were
Yeah.
little, overcoming you have a terrible fear of heights.
Yeah.
And so, this is just one story,
Oh, okay.
which I could relate to it greatly because I told you my dad cut down trees for a living. I've been on those jobs with him as a little girl. I
Yeah.
know I can visualize the 40-foot rinkety ladder and the tall tree.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
share that a little bit.
my dad was always a welder by trade, and he worked second shift in a factory, and he always had a second job. He had a tree business. He would cut trees, trim trees for people. When you raise 7 kids, you need the second income. So through the week, if I was available, or my other brother that was helping, he worked in a factory. He lives quite a few miles away, and he worked days, so he wasn't able to help. So I was drafted, and
Voluntold.
I was voluntold. That's a great word. That's the truth too. So
Joe says that all the time. He goes, I think I've been voluntold anyway, by me, of course.
We understand that.
Yeah.
So Dad had this tree we had to cut, a very tall tree, and they had a tree limb that needed to be cut off. Well, my dad has emphysema. He can't climb. So we went over there and put up the ladder. It's a 40-foot extension ladder, and it's like way up there. And I knew my dad couldn't do it because of his health conditions. So here's a saw, go. Well, my dad was kind of a strict disciplinarian, and when you're 14 years old, these thoughts actually went through my head. It's like, if I go up there, I'm going to fall and break my neck, and I'm going to die. If I don't go up there, he'll beat me to death, and I'm going to die anyway. At least falling would be faster. So I started to climb.
Can you imagine? I mean,
14-year-old kid.
14 years old.
I had.
Yeah.
So I went up there and we managed a windy day. And I couldn't tell if the wind was shaking the ladder or if it was my knees. I was all the way to the top of that ladder. So I cut that tree limb off and I fell, and I'm thinking, as it's falling, I said, boy, I hope it doesn't swing back and hit the ladder. And so many thoughts going through my head. And when it fell, I thought, I actually did it. Imagine that. So, a lot of pride in doing it, and because I didn't think I could do it. I really didn't. But it kind of helped me overcome that fear. I still don't like heights, but I'm not afraid of them. I respect them. And that helped me get over my fear of doing something like that. And I've learned from that to face other challenges I've had. And that's part of the point to what I'm writing, is that the moral to every story, you have a story, this is what happened, and this is what I learned from it.
Yes.
Where I either learned what to do or what not to do.
Yes.
But you can learn from anything you do. It's a choice, but the choice is up to you. So that's what I thought. If I can share that with people and maybe help a few people out, or, I know they're never going to make a movie out of it, I'm sure. But
well, you never know. Hey, you never know what might happen.
No,
but it is that's just one great story, and he has a lot of them. Let me just tell you.
I've experienced a lot of
being the youngest of 7, growing up in the day that you did, and having a really strict disciplinarian dad, and just so many stories with
and working in a retirement facility. And some of those senior citizens are so doggone funny.
Yes, they are.
It's almost scary because I understand them.
Yeah. I don't know why, Jerry.
I'm the same age as most of them.
Yeah. Well, great success. And the point and the moral of this story is just to share, to say, what is your goal? What is riding around on your shoulder saying, hey, you should do this. You need to do this. You should stop doing that or start doing this. What is it that's driving you crazy that you're like, well, if it was the perfect time, if I had this resource, or, if I wasn't in this situation, in fact, we talk about gumption. That was our content this week.
And what's holding you back?
Yeah, what's holding you back? There's never a good time. We can always find a reason to not take the leap of faith into the thing that we want to do. There's always a good reason not to start eating healthy, because it's my birthday this month, it's my anniversary next month, I'm going on vacation the next month, and then it's Christmas. There's always a good reason.
There's a little buffet I got to tell you about down in Alberta, Alabama. It's called the Roadkill Cafe.
Okay.
You've got to stop by there. Best fried chicken in Alabama.
If it's the best fried chicken in Alabama, we definitely need to try that. But there's never the perfect time. The time is now. And here on Living a Life Decided, we want to highlight these stories of people like Jerry, who, just like you, again, going along about his life, had goals, had things he wanted to do. And within a couple of years, here you are, mainly because you stuck the stake in the ground. You decided. So you decided, like you said, it's your decision. That's where we say, I've decided. And then you had all the pieces of the puzzle for success through your membership at I've Decided to help you succeed much quicker than you probably would have without any of that, I think.
And so many of the pieces of the puzzle that I've Decided provides for you, you don't even realize they are pieces of the puzzle or that they're important. And the little things that are pointed out to you, and it's like, well, accountability for one thing, for sure. And another thing about I've Decided that really good, it helps you realize the importance of just giving back.
Contribution. That's a piece of the puzzle for success.
Yes.
That kind of is the cherry on the top. That's the 10th piece of the puzzle for success. We actually added that. There used to be 9 pieces of the puzzle for success, which you probably don't know. That was before your time. So I had 9 pieces of the puzzle for success. And then all of a sudden, one day God just spoke to my heart and he said, there's actually another piece to the puzzle, and it's contribution. And it's like, if you don't have, you can be successful, you can have all the things, and you can be, just killing it in your goals and dreams. But if you're not contributing to somebody else's success, if you're not sharing the stories to help someone else, you're still not going to be completely fulfilled. And contribution is a huge part of success.
And it's not just money. It enriches your soul.
Yes. It's not really about money at all. Now, don't get us wrong. We like money.
Oh, yeah.
Money's good. We want money. We need money. But the motivation.
I'd like to be comfortable first class, but that's okay.
Right. I just want a purple jet. That's all. But, and a beach house. But, we'll keep working, and we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what God has in store. So, Jerry, thank you so much for sharing your journey so far. Well, it's only just begun. Like, you're only 2 years in. You literally just started your business. Has it been a year?
It's been, after that surgery I had, it was like medical conditions I had. It's only been going for maybe a little bit less than a year.
Yeah. I don't think you've had a year anniversary yet. And look at you. Your phone's cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
I've been buzzing a couple of times.
You've been here. I don't know if you can hear it, but his phone's dinging over here. And I'm sure it's people calling to ask for your services. So obviously this was a good idea. Happy to help. Please reach out to Jerry at Happy to Help if you have any personal services or know someone who needs personal services. But I hope that not only will you reach out to his business if you need it, that you will consider his success story and be inspired by it and stick the stake in the ground on your goals and on your dreams. And if you need a place where you can be a part of a community that provides you all the pieces of the puzzle for success, call I've Decided. Join. Go to iDecided.org. Click the link to join. You can join for as low as $39 a month. It's very inexpensive, and I promise you the benefits far exceed the small amount of money you pay monthly.
You won't be sorry.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thanks, Jerry. I agree.
Yeah, but you're prejudiced.
No, I'm a little prejudiced. I know. I got it. All right. Awesome. Well, you guys make it great. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Jerry.
You're welcome.
And we will see you soon.
I just can't. Yeah, I just overcame another fear. I've never done anything like this before.
Oh, a podcast. Yeah, you just, there you go. And you did awesome. Didn't you do awesome?
It
Yes.
wasn't that bad.
It's not that bad. All
Thank you.
right.
Thanks, Kim.
Yes, thank you. See you guys later.